Hello, and welcome to another episode of Winning Where It Matters. My name is Kyei Amoako, and it's a pleasure to have you join me once again. I recently overheard a conversation where one person asked the other how they were doing, and they responded by saying they are joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. Yeah, joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. And so the person who asked the question asked them to give some more context to their response. And they said, we cannot cure the world of its sorrows, but we can live joyfully in spite of the sorrows. And I had never heard it framed that way, so it stuck with me. And I thought about it some more. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought that was a very profound statement. And so I want to share some thoughts with you about joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. Because the truth is, there is a lot of sorrow in the world. There is a lot of sorrows in the world, either globally or personally. At the global level, you hear of stories of bombs going off in places around the world, innocent people dying just because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when you hear of accounts like that, that's sorrowful. That's sad. Um, but on a personal level, right, when there's disappointment, when there's death, when there's loss, those things bring sorrow to the people going through those situations. And a lot of times we focus on the good and great things that happen. And when people are grieving or people are dealing with things that bring them sorrow, I think we show empathy, but we move on because sometimes it's a little awkward as to how we navigate around situations like that. But I want us to take a moment and draw inspiration from the statement this person says about joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. Because when sorrow happens around us, we tend to lean in one direction or the other, right? It's either going the route of denial, want to quickly move past it and put it behind us and pretend everything is fine and want to carry on and move on as quickly as possible so we don't sit in that grim reality. Or we go in another direction, the direction of despair, where it is so disheartening. The worry and the sorrow clouds our outlook on the world that we don't even think any good thing can happen. But as I think about what the person says about joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world, says to me we could sit between the tension, right, of the fact that yes, there's sorrows in the world, but we can choose joy and we can sit in between it. And that's how we can on a single day join somebody who is mourning a loved one and be there and be fully present and help them mourn, but then later in the day show up another person who's celebrating a marriage or having a wedding, and we can also fully participate and hold these two realities to be true. And I think that's an example of joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. I wanted to bring this to our attention also partly because I recently spoke to a few people who have been dealing with sorrow. And some of these I did not know until I spoke with them. And I'm grateful that I had the chance to speak to them and share words of encouragement. But it reminded me that there are people dealing with sorrows of varying degrees, and we can play a part in helping people navigate these sorrows by we choosing to joyfully participate in the sorrows of the world. Now, when I'm talking about joyfully, I want to call out the fact that there's a big difference between joy and happiness. So I'm not saying walk around with happiness and you have to force to be happy. I'm talking about joy. which is different from happiness. Happiness tends to be circumstantial. It's based on how things are going. If things are going well, you're happy. If things are not going well, the happiness disappears. And so, you know, I'm not talking about happiness, even though happiness is good. I'm talking about joy. I'm talking about something deeper, something that anchors on the meaning of life, like living life in a way that you know that your life is meaningful, that even things are happening around you that are disappointing, things are happening around you that bring sorrow, but you can anchor in something deeper, that your life matters, that you can contribute, that you can serve, that you can make a difference, that your life matter, that you are connected in very deep, rich, meaningful relationships with the people around you. So that's joy. And so I want to encourage us to choose joy even as we navigate the sorrows of the world. So before recording the episode, I checked in with a few people just to get their perspectives on how they are participating joyfully in the sorrows of the world. So I had a few thoughts which I have incorporated in the three things that I want to share with you that you may consider as you think about joyfully participating in the sorrows of the world. So the first thing, checking on people. Checking on people. There are lots of people dealing with things, and they may be dealing with things quietly, but you checking in on people might give you the opportunity to speak words of encouragement to individuals. So checking on people as much as you can. And when you do, you might listen to those who need an ear, and you might share encouragement with those who need words of encouragement. The second thing is do what you can to make an impact. Do what you can to make an impact. You might volunteer. You might give money to organizations supporting people on the front lines of serving people with a need. But don't let the magnitude of the problem stop you from doing something about the problem. So do what you can. Give where you can, volunteer where you can. If you have a skill that you could use to help somebody who is trying to return to the workforce because they lost their job and they need help, that might be one of the ways that you're participating joyfully in the sorrows of the world, because that person is dealing with some disappointment. And by you reaching out and lending a hand, you may be bringing some sunshine into their lives, and that will be how you help them find meaning. And I think you would have that personal benefit of also you finding that your skills are useful. The third thing that you may want to consider as you participate joyfully in the sorrows of the world, I would say continue pouring into yourself. Continue pouring into yourself and choose joy. And by choosing joy, there are things you could do like living intentionally, living with gratitude, being grateful for the things that you have. Because there is, yes, loss, there is disappointment, there are things around us, but if we live intentionally and we live with gratitude, we're able to see the things that we have. And the things that we have matter. And those can help you choose joy. If you're dealing with something that's bringing you sorrow, I want to be there for you in the best way that I can. So if you want to reach out, I'll be happy to chat with you. And for the rest of us looking for ways to participate joyfully in the sorrows of the world, check on people, do the best we can, and choose joy for yourself. If there's any way that I can help, don't hesitate to reach out. As always, I believe in you, and I hope you believe in yourself too. I'll see you on the next one.